Yeah. Here's another one. And another one. Yeah. From Little Kim, the Queen Bee.
Welcome to Cocktails and Conversations. This is one of your hosts, Keisha here. And we have some new friendly faces here with us today. We're going to go and we're going to start with our introductions, and we're going to start with Miss Fatima here.
Hi, I am Fatima, and I am owner of FC Entertainment and Visionary Creations, which is a catering company and event planning company. That's me.
Hi, I'm Tahira. Yeah.
Okay,
More about me. A little bit more about me. I'm a visual merchandiser, very much so into fashion and things of that nature.
All right. I am Keisha. You guys know me. I'm from She D LLC. And we'll get more into what we're here today about me later.
I'm Tommy, and I'm a model and a singer as well as a math teacher. I'm excited to be here today.
Hey, my name is Keela. I'm a singer, a photographer, and audio engineer, and I'm just here.
Oh, okay.
All right, a lot of talented ladies in the building. I love to see it. So today we are going to just have a free-flowing conversation. Just different ladies, different backgrounds, different lifestyles. We're gonna touch on relationships. We can talk about some business, how that all intertwines, family life, how that ties in with everything that we have going on. So with that being said, let's kick it off. Okay, so Fatima, you want to kick us off?
Okay, well, I am 37 years old. I am married. I have been married. This year will be 8 years. It's a little rocky there, a little up and down, but we made it. That's all I can say about that.
I'm Tahira. I would say it's complicated. Yeah, I've known him 3 years, lived with each other for 1. Yeah, it's been a rocky road.
Okay, I am Keisha. Again, I'm 30. How old am I? Shit. I'm
like that. Definitely like that.
I think I'm about to be 33. I'm about to be 33. I'm 32. I am single but dating.
Okay.
I do aspire to get married one day. To both of my partners, one day. I mean, not the ones I have, but maybe. Who knows?
A new set.
Maybe a new set.
It's okay.
So I'm Tommy again, and I am currently in a relationship with a male. I don't have to, but
Should have put out there. It's a man. Okay.
yeah, we've been dating now about 7 months. It's been pretty good. The intellectual stimulation is what kind of keeps me going.
Yes.
He's an amazing person, very talented.
He must gonna be watching this, girl, because
I got a big butt because if he's gonna watch. He's very supportive. So everything I do, he makes sure he watches it.
that's important.
That exactly.
Yes.
Being supportive in a relationship. Yeah, I totally agree.
My turn, huh? Alright, my name is Keela. I am dating somebody who is very sweet, very loving, very kind. It has been the craziest relationship of my life because we both have extremely strong personalities. I can be stubborn, he can be stubborn. But we're learning how to compromise, and my friend Tommy here has told me time and time again, communication is pretty much what it's about. I'm learning how to communicate because I tend to shut down.
That's me.
Shut down, not talk. And when I don't want to talk, I don't want to talk. But I'm doing good. So, he's very, very supportive, and he loves very, very hard. Because as many times as I've said, I'm not doing this no more, he turns around, he's like, look, forgive me for believing in this. Forgive me for believing this. I see something. He said, this would be beautiful if you just let it be. He said, stop blocking out what you've been praying to God for.
Damn.
Okay.
Like,
Right.
I got a ruler.
West side of Atlanta. The west side.
To the west side. The east side. Okay, sis.
I'm happy.
So I just seen everyone when you said that you shut down. Is that like a normal thing? Because I think a lot of women, like, is that something that we I feel like we were taught that, like we just,
Yeah.
so I also battle that too. Like I just shut down. I don't want to.
I feel like most people, when you shut down, though, it's because you're not being heard.
Yeah.
You feel like you're not being heard.
Yeah.
It's like, what am I talking for?
Yeah.
You might as well stop.
I feel like I get so, like, it would take me to a boil, but like if I was to express myself so much, I feel like it would be too much, and it's like almost I would blow up almost. I think, and I don't want to see that. I don't want to feel like that. I don't want to feel like I don't have control. I think that's really what the issue is. So I'm like, oh no, I can't control my emotions. Oh no, and you lose control, and then it's like,
Yeah, for me, I'm 30. I just turned 34 Thursday, and for me, it's like mine goes back to like childhood stuff. Me feeling like I was never really heard. Like I'm my mom's only child, so she heard me, but I'm my dad's fifth, and so I think once he got down to like the fifth and the last, he was just like, alright, whatever. So me always feeling like I never wanted to upset anybody. I just rather just not say nothing. And naturally, I'm goofy and fun, but I'm naturally in my shell. I'm a loner. So I know how to just be by myself. I was raised, it was just me, you know, in the house by myself with my parents. And naturally, my natural thing is just, okay, I'm not being heard. Cool. I'll just go back in my little corner. I'll just, you know, turn back into a recluse and not want to talk about it. Because I've never really had to go into explanation behind why I did the things that I do. So now that I'm dealing with a whole separate person outside of myself, I gotta consider their feelings too.
So does he challenge you to actually come to terms with some of that stuff?
Yeah.
Okay. So like there's some people that just, like previous relationships I dealt with, like I was allowed to just, they just accepted it.
Yeah.
Okay. If you shut down, you shut down. I know she shut down. But there's another person I'm dating where I tried to do the same thing, and he was like, no.
Yeah.
Like
oh,
you,
no.
no, we're not gonna have that.
He said,
And we're gonna
"No."
sit here, right. So, you know.
Yeah. It actually showed you that they care.
Yeah, that's you.
I'm different.
How are you?
Look, I'm a little different. I like to be heard. Let's be real. Like she knows that. Like I mean, I have to get my point across, but at a certain point, I feel like it can go on deaf's ear because I feel like my husband can be stubborn. We're both Aries. His birthday's April 9th, mine's April 10th. So we collide like all the time. Them Rams, them book, like it's just So I feel like I gotta let myself be heard. If you're not gonna hear me, oh sis, I'm throwing a book at you. I'm throwing a stiletto. Like, listen. And I had to realize that like being violent is not the key.
Let me find out you beat this.
I'm not beating him. I'm gonna throw something at your ass, a glass of water or something.
Yeah.
But it's like I just like to be heard. And then I feel like I'm not gonna be heard. Then I'm just gonna go into my little shell. I'm gonna go in the room. I'm gonna lock the door. Like you can't come in. You have to sleep on the couch type stuff. So yeah, that's just me.
Yeah, I'm like a mixture of the two. It's like I'm quiet until I feel like I'm at my breaking point where I have to say something, and then when I do say something, I either can go one or two ways. Either I'm going to try to talk it out with you and try to like understand your thought process. But if I don't understand your thought process and it doesn't coincide with how I think, I'm snappy because like you're confusing me. Now you're playing mind games, in my opinion, and we're opposite, but not at the same time. So it's like I'm a Capricorn, he's a Cancer, so we are like very. We're both like very strong-willed, but it's like with him, it's like I'm strong-willed but sensitive as hell, and like wears it on his sleeve, but will pretend like everything's okay. And it's like for me, I'm sensitive, but I know how to tailor my sensitivity if I don't need it in that moment. So it's like I'm not sensitive right now. Like you're pissing me off, and I need you to hear me. And if you don't hear me, I don't want to talk to you no more. I'm just gonna walk away. And when you come to your senses, then maybe we can talk. Yeah, like.
Yeah, I get it.
So, that just brought like very like strong-willed women. Like, how are you guys dealing with that? Like with men, like I don't know. Like you guys are in current relationships, and you know previous relationship does that kind of take a toll? Because I know like that's a toll with me. Like a lot of men are just like, man, just calm down. You're too this or you're too that or you're too, you know. And it's like, but I was also raised like that. My mom was a single mom. She taught me you don't need your man for nothing, which I'm reprogramming myself on all that craziness she taught me. But I still go, I've still been approachable. Yeah, it's still in me. So I was just like, they'll be like, you need something? I'm like, no, I'm good. I'm blah, blah, blah. I got it. I'm good. And they're like, what am I here for? Right. So, I mean, I don't know, has anyone else had that issue? Or?
Oh, yeah. I'm a Gemini, so I'm very independent, and I'm just like, I got it, don't worry about it. And I don't feel like I need help, but what I have learned how to do, my ex had to teach me this, and he was a Cancer, very sensitive, but tried to act like he was so tough. And I was like, boy, sit down somewhere. They're so sensitive, but he was the first person that I feel like really, really genuinely and unconditionally loved me. So he made me comfortable with being vulnerable with him. So I learned how to fall back and let a man lead. Because I feel like this, if I'm in a relationship with him, then obviously I trust him enough to let him lead. So I'm going to let him do what I would expect him to do in a relationship. But he also taught me, and this is what I was telling Keela the other day, is how when you're in a relationship or a situation or whatever, a friendship, whatever it is, it's me and you against the problem, not me against you, or it's whatever the problem is. We got to look at it as a unit and say, okay, how are we going to solve this problem? And is this problem worth the relationship? Is it worth the friendship? What is the problem? Where does it come from? And then that's where I had to learn how to be. I had to hold myself accountable for what I was doing and learn how to apologize and learn. So I just learned a lot in 2020.
That apologize. That's hard.
Is it?
Yeah, I don't have a problem. If I think that I'm in the wrong, and sometimes I can apologize for just making you feel something.
Exactly.
Like I don't have to, like in my mind, I can know I'm right all day long. But clearly, somewhere down the line, you think that I'm wrong.
Right.
And that's fine. I know I'm right.
Exactly.
But you think that I'm wrong. So it's cool. It's like, so I apologize for making you feel the way you feel. I'm not going to apologize for what I said or what I did, because I more than likely meant those things. Unless I didn't, then I'll apologize for that. But 9 times out of 10, I meant what I did or what I said. So it's like, I apologize for how it made you feel.
But that's the thing. You shouldn't even apologize for that, because we are not responsible for how other people feel.
But that's just who I am. Like I can't. Like it's almost like I know. Like when it comes to him, at least, it's like since he is so sensitive, it's easier to for him to let the problem go if I just apologize for his feelings. It's like, I apologize that I said this and it made you feel like this.
Right.
What can we do better next time so you don't feel like this?
Right. Yeah. See, that's good. I like that. Yeah.
And he's like, and then he'll say whatever it is, but I apologize for how you feel, I guess.
See, if I apologize and it falls on deaf ears, and then I find myself apologizing for the same thing 3 or 4 months down the line, that's when I'm pissed off. It's like, all right, you trying me. So it's like,
what more do you want?
Exactly. I'm a little Aquarius, and we are extreme.
Oh, me too.
Really? See, we're extremely moody and sensitive and standoffish and independent spirits. And so we're very eclectic people. So sometimes when we do stuff, sometimes we just say stuff, we're not really thinking about how it's going to make you feel in the moment.
Right.
We just saying it because in our head, it sounds normal. And 9 times out of 10 with me and like the guy that I'm dating, I'll say something to him and it's taken completely out of context. He'll say something to me and it's his tone. We just had this conversation. I told him, I said, it's not enable for us to move in a positive direction. It's not what you're saying to me. You can say something to me and be very valid in your point, but it's the way that you say it to me. And my little sensitive, but I put up a wall like I'm not sensitive at all, but I am the most sensitive little part. Like the smallest little things bother me, but I never really say it out loud until I feel like I'm backed into a corner. And just like you, when I'm backed into a corner, it's like, okay, now I'm pissed and now I'm about to snap. So, yeah.
I agree. Like I kind of like something that you said in terms of like being backed in a wall and backed in a corner. Kind of like what both of y'all said. Even when you came to about your mom programming you not needing a man, I do kind of agree in terms of like you don't have to always depend on a man, but I feel like you don't necessarily need a man, but you can depend on him in certain aspects. Because for me, I'm married, so I feel like marriage is like one half of my faith. So that's just me and how I feel. I feel like the other half of me is the completion in terms of my husband. So like he completes certain aspects of my life and things that I need to become. I mean, in the same token, I do feel like I don't have to depend on him for everything. Yeah. If I want something, like growing up, people say I was a hustler. I would get out there and get it. I ain't gonna lie. Now that I've been married, I've been a little lax. Like, okay, you pay all the bills, so I'm just gonna be lax. So I feel like I gotta get back on my grind. So it's like, because I don't want no man to feel like, oh, I depend on you, and I necessarily need you in a relationship, because whatever you can do, I can match that too, because I have matched a man in whatever he does, because I'm just like, because my mom, my dad, they've been married for like 37 years. And that's a very long time. So I'm striving to get to that aspect. But it's like, okay, whatever my dad can do, my mom can do. My mom lets my dad lead and play his role as a man. But in the same token, she's going to do what she has to do as a mother, as a wife, because she took care of that household. And then my dad do know, like, okay, with certain aspects, you know, he going to handle this, she going to handle that. So, like, this new generation, I feel like we as women, these younger women, these younger girls, they depend on a man for everything. And I feel like they don't have any skills to know how to go out and do whatever it is that they need to do.
I don't know. I feel like they do, but everything is so. Again, it's another type of programming, because I mean, you turn on the TV, all it's telling you to do, go get a man and let him take care of you. That's all. Everything is about a finesse. Everything. Yeah. No one's thinking about love anymore. No one's trying to. That's why people can't even communicate these days. All is about like either
social media.
Yeah,
it's draining.
Like, how are you gonna? You breaking up over social media? You breaking up like you you like? I mean, I ain't gonna lie. I used to be a huge ghoster. I ain't gonna lie.
Me too. I blocked somebody. My block list on Facebook has over 400 people.
Yeah,
as soon as you piss me off,
it's done. And I don't even know if
block game strong.
Yeah, okay. I don't even know if I'd be like upset. It's just like, if I ain't feeling you, I just block it. And it be cold. It's a cold game.
And that's why we're the same time. That's the crazy part.
So y'all feel like communicating with that person?
Yeah, and I feel like before it was giving me anxiety, because I think I was thinking about how they would feel, which is still bad, because I'm like, if I come out and I tell you, you know what, I really don't want to talk to you anymore. I'm not feeling this relationship anymore, or whatever. I felt like me having that conversation would just be life threatening. I don't know. Like, what, instead of I would just ghost, and then you could just come up with your own conclusion on why that's not me anymore. That's not me anymore. That was some old toxic stuff back in the day. That's so toxic. So I was like, I had to put myself in that shoes. Like, how would I feel if someone just like ghosted me? Like, and the stuff we come up with in our own heads, it could be.
Yeah.
So I had to
the overthink.
The oh me.
Okay, because I don't think I've ever ghosted someone. Yeah. For me, I'm just very blunt. I'm just very blunt.
Yeah, I've never ghosted.
I just be like, I don't like you. Please don't call my phone anymore. It goes back to what you said in terms of stimulating the mind. So I feel like if I can have a conversation with you and you can't keep up with my conversation and match me on where I'm at in terms of, like, for instance, my parents, they're in the political field. So everything they did was political. So growing up, everything we did was political. We traveled a lot and everything, like with the Rosa Parks and stuff like that. So all these like people like within the industry of civil rights, that was us. So that was my family. And so if you didn't, so communication was very key for us. So it's like, so I became very blunt. Like, okay, I don't like you. Please move on. Or just, we can't have a conversation. Let's talk about politics. Yeah. Oh, well, what is politics? Like, okay, so let's talk about current events. Well, I don't know what's going on in the news. See, for me, that's not gonna work. Yeah. Like we got something to talk about. We got something to talk about. So if you're gonna talk about, let's go out to eat and we about to smash afterwards. No, sir, brother. That's not even where I'm at. So that's right.
I'm on See, I don't even want to eat with you. Like, I'm that person. Like, I'm somebody who's not about to waste your time. Like, if I don't have feelings for you in that way, or I don't even want you to get that idea, I'm not going to eat with you. I'm not texting you. I'll let you know up front. Like,
I don't want to eat. And I'll tell you after we finish.
No, see,
nice. Thank you.
I can't even do that because I'm not even that person. It's like, for me, I have been the person of, I can feed myself. I don't need you to feed me. I got my own damn money. I don't, like, okay, you
Of course.
bought some.
The free meal.
Still getting the food.
No, a free meal does not intrigue me.
It just,
at
I think
all.
it's just about time. Like you don't want to waste.
Yeah,
Yeah,
my
no,
time
yeah,
is
yeah,
important.
yeah.
Like, I'm sorry, you can't waste my time because I'm not gonna waste yours, and I'm just gonna let you know up front, like, it's a no for me.
Yeah. No, I'm joking.
No, but even if
really
you're not,
don't, but
I
I
mean,
do
like,
like
that's
to
fine.
do
Like, I know people who
That-
are like, just, oh, let me go get that free meal, and that's fine. But for me, I'm just like, no, okay, I don't care.
And then you have to sit at the table, and then they're trying to talk, and you just like.
See, I don't even want to pretend. Like, I'm not a good pretender.
I be worried about other people's feelings. Like,
Yeah.
so I be like, no, I
I
don't
don't
let them
care
down
what
easily.
feelings.
Let me do it.
I do like even being a Chris, like I do care. It's but then it comes off cold, and then I'm always told that I'm
Yeah.
cold. So then I'll be like shit.
My best
So I'm trying to
friend
like
is cold.
consciously not be,
Mm-hmm.
and then it just still
goes.
don't.
It's just goes away.
I say everything on my
get it.
face, so it's just.
Yeah.
So you gonna know anyway. Even if I don't tell you, you kind of gonna know how
Mm-hmm.
I'm feeling. So why sit at the table with you and hurt your feelings without verbally saying anything to you? That's unnecessary.
That sucks. It's so bad.
Now, some people don't know how to take no for an answer too, though. They
That is
really
true.
like,
Like,
God,
that
they're gonna
is
slap
wrong.
you and tell you like you don't hear it any other type of way. So sometimes you just gotta be rude.
And then it's crazy. You can be like, no, I'm in a relationship. They be like, that's fine.
Right.
We can be friends. I don't want to be your friend.
That's
That's
Dang.
like,
Just go away.
Their relationship intrigues them.
and I think so. Like,
Because
that's
it's no commitment there.
for them.
It's
It's not
literally
even that. I think
nothing
this
there.
is like, let's see if I can get her. She's
Yeah.
Right,
she's
it's a
attached to
challenge.
Yeah.
something. Let
Some
me
people
see.
get off on that type of stuff, and it's crazy to me. Like
that's what we're doing.
that. It's baffling to me how somebody can be like, I have a boyfriend. Oh, okay, that's nice. Can I have your number? No,
He ain't
I
me.
don't want to give you.
Okay.
How long y'all been together?
None of your business.
We've been together 5 years.
We're married.
Y'all
We got
married
kids.
yet? Like, okay.
that's really
Jesus
married.
Christ.
Little side boo.
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't care if you
They-
married.
they-
They
Like,
don't
maybe
like
I
you
don't want to be
Right,
married.
it ain't yeah, nothing you can
You
say.
can lie and be like,
You
yeah,
can't say
I'm
nothing.
married.
Yeah.
You happy?
They don't care.
Yeah.
Right.
You sure?
You sure you happy?
Positive. You sure you don't need a side thing?
Right.
No.
It's a normal now.
Yes.
The new
I mean,
normal.
yeah, it is.
It's such a normal thing now. Like to have somebody and have somebody else on the side. Like that's.
Well, for me, when I got a lot of attention. I was pregnant. That to me, that was just the worst. I'm like, I already feel bloated like a blimp, and you're trying to get my number. Like, you not see this whole baby? Well, I can take care of your baby. Well, I obviously have a baby daddy or a husband.
They
That's
don't
just
care.
The guy I'm dating, he has a show that he does, and it's called Tender Tuesdays. It's not a plug. It's not a plug. But he
I'm
has a
gonna
show
look it
that
up, though.
Right, so
it's women on these shows that they find these profiles on Tinder. It's a whole section of nothing but pregnant women. That's it. And they come with a list. You have to make over 6 figures. You have to have a Mercedes, a Jag, an Infinity, a Bentley. One of those.
Wow.
You have to have stock. You have to have invested stuff. They come and he wrote one girl. He said, "Do you not realize that you a damn 8.5, 9 months pregnant?" And she said, "Yeah, but I need someone to fund me and this child." It's a movement. There are people out there who have pregnancy fetishes.
you don't believe this stuff.
It's literally.
Am I in the wrong business right
This is an actual. There's a pregnancy fetish crew.
I mean, but Tinder
It
but
is.
it's like Tinder has like every part of Tinder is different anyway from what I've understood of it. I've never been on it, so I don't know. But they say it's for different things. Like some people go on there to find somebody to have a threesome with. Some people do it for this. Some people do it for that. So it's like, listen, if you
Tinder
can
is
find
the underground of the world. It is
like, so
creepy,
you can
scariest
find
place.
somebody to
So the
fund
pregnancy
your
plug,
life,
Wow.
Yeah.
and you ain't gotta give nothing in return. That
Wow.
So my thing is for this whole Tinder thing. So the women are asking for this. Are they able to match these men and what they're asking for?
Probably not.
no,
No.
why? It's Tinder.
Well, it's some that's on there that are like this. Is people on there that are like sugar daddies that literally like one in probably every 50 profiles you'll run across a sugar daddy who really wants nothing more but to give you money.
Yeah, exactly.
They be hitting me up on Instagram.
Yes.
What? They be The
Hey,
DMs
sugar
and
baby.
Instagram. Oh my god.
Oh, sugar baby.
Yeah.
Call me sugar baby. What?
And there have been times where the
I am an
temptation
adult.
has been real.
You know, the temptation be real.
No, like if
No,
you
for
ever
real.
fall short of a little dollar,
I'm not gonna
you
lie
like,
to y'all. I had a
"Man."
sugar daddy. I had a sugar daddy.
Oh,
How did that go? How was that?
Y'all. It was different. I met him at work, my old work. Everything was cool. No sugar giving. Just put that out there. But everything was great. Like literally financial advisor. Literally was just me. I'm just wow. I mean not wow, but I'm just a little free spirit. I'm just living my life, not managing my money, not doing any of that. I'm just living. So basically he took me under his wing like, hey, this is how you work hard. This is how you get your money. This is how you keep your money. How you keep growing your money. So he became more of a mentor. But anyway, and paid the bills. That was good. And one morning, and I did not know this because I would call, like, I ain't gonna lie, I was probably drunk, and I would call and be late. What you doing? Come take me to the movies. It was funny. He came like at 1 o'clock in the morning or 11 to take me to the movies with my friends, which was weird. I don't know. But anyway, one morning he calls and I put on my little sweet voice. Hey, good morning. And she said, Keisha? I said, ma'am. She said, this is Mrs. I ain't gonna put it out there. Well, I mean, this is Mrs. Jones. I said, she said, can you please not talk to my husband anymore? I said, yes, ma'am. But the thing is, I never knew he was married. I never knew he was married. And the reason I didn't, at first I'm like, okay, I get what this is. But then I was like, no, you can't be married. Whose wife lets them go out at 11 o'clock at night? Before I call, you answer. Like, I'm young. I wouldn't have that.
Yeah.
So that was that. And yeah, that was my sugar daddy experience.
I had one, but
How
I
long did
didn't
it
know.
last?
It was a good minute, like 2 years. I mean,
Oh, damn. He was
Wow.
cutting jig.
yeah. I mean, he was like, it was good. Like, had me on payroll, everything. I was, wow. And I didn't know.
Yes.
I was like, yes. 'Cause
Keep my paycheck.
yeah, I was working and then that extra income. I mean, it works. And the thing, it was like, it was more about time. I mean, I'm not sure what, his wife was doing or where she was at, but I'm guessing she just was not there a lot of the time, which I feel terrible about that. No, but it would just be like, we'd be at the house and we'd just be chilling, like, and he'd like kiss me on the forehead. That was the weird part. He's like, you just want to kiss me on the forehead, like. But
Write the check for the forehead kiss.
right. So I mean, that was that. It wasn't a bad, like, if I had to do it again, yes, I probably would. I probably would.
You knew about yours. Mine happened by mistake because my best friend was in the music store. And the guy at the music store was looking for a musician and gave him my information. And she didn't know. She said it was a friend of hers was a friend of theirs was looking for somebody, and we just thought they were looking for a musician. And so next thing I know, I get this text message like, "Hi, is this Keela?" Blah blah blah. And I'm like, "Yeah." He was like, "Yeah, I'm trying to build a band. Can you send me a phone? Send me a picture?" And I'm like, "Sure." I sent the picture, and he was like, "What's your address and your birthday?" And I'm like, "What?" And next thing I know, I get a Western Union receipt thing for $700, and I'm like,
Look at this one.
"Did you mean to send this?"
I wouldn't even ask.
That's the thing, though. I was just like, okay, this is fake, because I had never done Western Union before. I didn't
I
know
would
what
have
the hell
cashed
to
in
do.
and been like, if it connect. If it don't, oh well.
I just remember calling my brother and being like, how do I, do Western Union or whatever, because he did it for his child support. So I'm like, okay, how do I do Western Union? He was like, you can take it to a gas station. So I go to a gas station. I'm like, this is not real. There's no way this is real. I go there and the dude had me $700, and I'm like, oh, okay. And so I'm talking to the dude. This dude was married, and he was 56 years old. We never fit. Well, he saw my picture because I'm thinking I'm supposed to be part of a band.
Yeah.
I still to this day don't know what he looks like. And then it was like every other month, $140 will pop up, or $600, or I hope all is going well. Here's $350, and I'm like, I honestly kept thinking to myself, like, if I was married, and I'm sure his wife doesn't know, I kept thinking, me and my conscience, like, okay,
if I was married and my husband was doing something like this, I'd be pissed. So I ended up,
I feel like
I
wives
blocked
be
his
knowing.
number.
But I mean,
I took that cash.
I took the money, but my conscience kicked in after like 7 to 8
but
months,
then
and I blocked his
sometimes
number.
like
The
wives
wives
be knowing.
That's what I'm about to
That's
say.
the crazy
knowing.
part.
And it's
The
like,
wives be in on it.
they don't be caring.
Please,
Like,
somebody
man
take
take
him
it
off my
off.
hands.
yeah,
No.
because it's like almost like I don't feel like doing this, or I've done this for so long. Let somebody else do it, and especially if it's not a sexual thing, if it's just a conversation,
Yeah.
it's just like okay, you.
But I only spoke to him once.
You never know. This
That's
Like
even
your
better.
face,
Like, you,
right.
like at that point, this was just free cash being
It
thrown
really
into
was,
your life.
man.
It's like winning the lottery and not even knowing.
Yeah.
There would be no conscience for me.
Because I was like $6,000 later, I'm like,
Oh no, I would have kept racking up.
I got him
Right,
ready.
I would call. How you doing?
Yeah. Yeah.
You okay?
Good. My conscience kicked in.
My payment didn't come in.
Girl,
But me and you will.
Everything good?
I could have got new titties with that money, a flat stomach. Girl, you could build a whole new person.
Just
Build a bathroom.
I mean, for real, shit.